Hey there, welcome to Plant Powered Yogi TV. I'm Carrie, and on the mat today I have a beginner yoga practice for you. So if you're pretty new to yoga, or even if you are not and you're just looking for a bit of a slow pace practice, this is going to be a good one. So it's not too long, it's about 25 minutes long, and we're going to do a fair amount of core work in this practice and quite a lot of twisting. So it'll be really good for both toning and bringing flexibility to this whole midsection of the body. So I hope you enjoy the practice, and I'm glad that you're here with me today. Thanks for joining me, and let's go ahead and get to work. So coming to the top of the mat, feet together, hands together in prayer pose, your heart lifted, your shoulders rolled open, and you're lifting through the crown of your head, plugging all four corners of your feet into the mat. Breathing nice and deep, just becoming aware of your breathing. Your eyes can be closed here if it helps you to become more fully focused. And just notice the breathing, maybe for the first time today. Make it full and deep. And we're going to inhale and reach the arms up, gazing up at your fingertips, and exhale, folding all the way forward. And you can bend your knees here, just let your head hang heavy, breathing nice and deep, and you can turn your head from side to side and just let your neck relax. Full deep breathing as you just fall into this forward fold. We're going to place the hands on the mat now and step back into downward facing dog. So the hands are shoulder width apart, feet are hip width apart, and you're going to alternate by pressing one heel down toward the floor as you bend the other leg. We're doing this to stretch out the calves and just kind of ease our way into this downward facing dog. Sitting bones are lifting high, shoulders are nice and wide, armpits nice and wide. Keep breathing. Good. Palms pressing down into the mat. And we're going to take the shoulders now, bring them forward over the wrists as we lower the hips, coming into plank pose. So this can be done with the knees down if you need it to be. If this is too much, if it's too strenuous to hold this on the hands and the feet, then go ahead, put your knees down, but let your hips come down low too, so that you feel like you're challenging your core strength. As you exhale, let's go back into the down dog, pressing the heels toward the floor, lifting the sitting bones high. If you have very tight hamstrings, feel free to go ahead and bend your knees. Inhale, we're going to step the right foot up between the hands and drop the back knee down, then stretching up with the arms and looking upward toward the ceiling. Breathing nice and deep. The hips are dropping forward and down toward the front heel, and do try to get that front heel right up under the knee. Steady deep breaths here, holding and breathing. As you exhale, let's take the hands down to the floor, tuck your back toes, and come back into the plank pose, either on your knees or with the knees lifted. Squeeze the abs really hard here. Keep breathing full and deep, but engage those abdominal muscles. And as you exhale, lift the hips up nice and high, drop the heels down, and big deep breathing here, holding here in down dog for a few breaths. Remember, if your hamstrings are really tight, it's better to bend the knees a little bit in down dog so that you can tilt the pelvis, lift the sitting bones, get that length through your spine, and open the shoulders. Inhale, we're going to take the left foot up between your hands, drop your back knee, and then go ahead and reach up. If it's too hard to reach up in this lunge, you can take your hands and place them on top of your front knee. You can just interlace your fingers and place your hands on your front knee if that works better for you. Beautiful, full deep breathing. Exhale, take the hands down to the mat, Tuck your back toes and go ahead and step back into the plank pose. Put your knees down if you need them. Holding and breathing. As you exhale, let's go ahead and lift the hips high, press back, open the armpits nice and big, downward facing dog. We're going to go ahead and step the right foot forward. We're going to angle that back foot, placing the heel down, stacking your front knee over your front heel and coming up into Warrior One. Arms are reaching up. You're facing the front of your mat. Your hips and your shoulders are facing the front of your mat. You can either look straight ahead or go ahead and look up at your hands. Full deep breathing, back leg super strong, and then exhale, taking your hands down to your mat, stepping back into that plank pose, that high push-up position. So doing a lot of work here to build this core strength. Really important to work that core strength in your yoga practice. Exhale, lifting the hips, pressing back to down dog, just a foundational pose for beginner yoga practice. Helps build the strength in the upper body, open the whole back of the body, gain that flexibility in the legs and through the shoulders, and start to build that strength through the arms and the shoulders. Really important pose. We're going to inhale, step the left foot forward, angle the back foot, place the back heel down, coming up to Warrior One. Front knee is stacked right over your heel, just like mine is. Breathing and gazing upward. Back knee is straight. We're really lifting strong in that back knee. Exhaling, taking the hands back down to the mat, stepping back, plank pose again. Place the knees down if you're getting tired. We've done this plank pose many, many times. So we are going to just take care of ourselves. You don't have to suffer. You just want to find poses that work for you in this practice. If you're challenging your core strength, it doesn't matter whether your knees are down or up. Exhale, lifting the hips, pressing back, dropping the heels, breathing deep, down dog. Full deep breaths, pressing the palms down. Inhale, we're going to step the right foot up again in between the hands. Back foot is the same as the last pose. And we're going to go ahead and straighten that front leg. And exhale, take the left hand down toward the floor. If you can't reach the floor with straight legs, go ahead and bend your front leg. So the right arm is reaching up in the air. This is revolved triangle pose. This is pretty difficult. So if you feel like it's very challenging, that's okay. You're normal. Just keep breathing and doing your best here. Try to keep that back heel down. And like I said, if that front knee needs to be bent, go ahead and bend the front knee. Exhale, taking both hands down to the mat now, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward, coming all the way up, straightening your left leg. And exhale, folding forward, taking your right hand to the floor and reaching up with your left one. So your right hand can be to the outside of the foot, the way you see mine, or if you need it to be, you can place it to the inside of the foot. Bend your left knee if you need to, but work towards straightening it and work that twist. A lot of twists in this practice. We're really going to work that core area of the body with strengthening and with flexibility. So bringing lots of twists into this beginner practice. Exhale, releasing and coming all the way back up, reaching up and taking the hands down to the mat and stepping back into down dog. Full deep breaths. Good. Inhale, stepping the right foot forward again between the hands. Coming up to warrior one, back heel is down. We're going to take the hands, prayer pose at the heart, and then twist to bring the left elbow to the right knee. Your hands are at prayer pose. You're pressing your top hand into your bottom, and you're looking up toward the ceiling. Try to keep that back heel grounded. Inhale, we're going to reach back up, straightening that front leg, and then exhale, taking the hands down to the mat and stepping back, plank pose. These planks are really good to strengthen the abs and the back. Exhale, lifting the hips, pressing back, dropping the heels, down dog. Inhale, we're stepping the left foot up, reaching up, warrior one, and exhale, hands to the heart, and then we're twisting to the other side. So right elbow comes to the knee, and you're twisting to roll open with that left shoulder, pressing your top hand into your bottom, looking up toward the ceiling. Back leg is strong and straight, and the back heel is down. Deep breaths. Good. Inhale, reaching up again, straightening the front leg, taking the hands down to the mat, stepping back, plank pose. More core strengthening. I know you're probably tired of planks at this point, but remember that you need to just modify this for yourself. If it's too much, you need to put your knees down, and you can always rest in any position that you feel like it throughout a yoga practice. Don't feel like you have to suffer. Exhale, and let's come back into down dog. Down dog might be getting pretty tiring at this point. That's normal, that's okay. I hated downward facing dog when I first started practicing yoga, and it's pretty challenging. So until you have a lot of flexibility in the back body, it can feel pretty tough. Inhale, we're going to walk the feet up, bringing them to hip width apart, and go ahead and fold forward. Inhale, reaching all the way up, lifting the heart, standing up, reaching up. Exhale, hands to the heart in prayer pose. Inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, folding all the way forward. Breathing deep. We're going to take the hands to the big toes if you can reach them. If you can't, you can go ahead and bend your knees until you can. And we're just using that connection between the hands and the feet to help pull ourselves deeper into this standing forward fold. Okay, so especially if you feel like your back is super tight, don't feel like you have to do this with straight legs. Inhale, lift the heart, and then exhale, take your hands to your hips. Inhale, coming all the way up. We're going to stretch back as much as we can. And then inhale, come back up to standing tall, hands at the heart. Turning now to your left as you step the feet apart to one leg's length between your feet. We're going to exhale, fold forward, taking the hands down to the mat. I'm going to leave the left hand down. Inhale, reach up with the right arm. If you have to bend your knees here a little bit, go ahead and do that, but work toward keeping the legs straight. So here's another twist as we keep the twist going right up through the crown of the head by turning and looking up toward the ceiling. Lift the sitting bones nice and high and breathe deep. Exhale, release that arm. Inhale, open up with the left arm. Full deep breaths. Really, when you're in twists, it's really nice to breathe deeply into the back ribs and really feel those back ribs expand. Exhale, releasing, placing both hands down onto the floor, and then go ahead and reach behind you, interlace your fingers, and lift your arms off of your back. Keep the legs nice and straight if you can, unless you have super tight hamstrings. Then you can certainly bend the knees a little bit if it helps you to fold forward more deeply, and if it helps you to get those arms off the back. Go ahead and release your arms, lift your heart, look up, walk the hands over to the front of the mat, turning to come into a lunge here. So the back heel is lifted off the ground, the back knee is lifted, but if that's too intense, go ahead and place your back knee down. Keep your left hand on the floor, reaching up with the right hand, looking up toward the ceiling and breathing deep. Remember, I said that you can place the back knee down if this is too much to keep the back knee lifted high. Big, deep breathing. Exhale, releasing the hands and stepping back now. Plank pose again, breathing deep. Exhale, lifting the hips, pressing back, down dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot up between the hands, keeping the back knee lifted if you can, the back heel lifted, just coming into this lunge. Then keeping the right hand down, inhale, reaching up with the left, looking up toward the ceiling, coming into this twist. Remember what I said about breathing into the back, big deep breaths into the back ribs, make them expand out. Beautiful, nice job. Taking that top hand down to the mat and stepping back, plank pose. Exhaling, lifting the hips, coming back into down dog. Full deep breaths. Feel free to rest if you need to rest. You can always drop down to your knees and just take a few breaths of rest. Lots of down dogs, lots of planks in this practice. It's really going to work to strengthen your core. Stepping up, and we're going to go ahead and sit down. And coming right into another core strengthening pose, Navasana boat pose. So modified version here with the knees bent. So we want to keep the low back lifting really strong here. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. If you need to hold your legs, don't feel bad about that. Just go ahead and hold your legs. As long as you feel like you are challenging your core strength, then no worries. Just take whatever position feels right for you today. If you're really strong in the core and you want to go ahead and straighten your legs, you can straighten the legs, just bringing the body in a complete V position. Full deep breaths. And go ahead and release. Taking your hands behind you, fingers pointed at your feet. Spread your feet to hip width apart and keep them straight. Then inhale, lifting the hips, lifting the heart. And if you can, go ahead and drop the head back. If that doesn't feel good to you, it's not going to be comfortable. It's not for anyone. But if it feels painful, you can keep the chin into the chest. Keep breathing, lifting the heart. Toes stay down. Balls of the feet want to usually pop up here, so keep equal pressure on all four corners of your feet. Exhale, releasing, and we're going to come back into Navasana boat pose. Whatever variation of this you feel like you need to take. holding the legs, not holding the legs, bent knees, straight legs, whatever works for you right now. Exhale, releasing, placing your hands behind you again, feet hip width apart, coming back into the same pose, this reverse tabletop. Keep breathing. I know this is hard. This is such a great pose to strengthen the core, the glutes, the legs, and to open the shoulders and the chest. Exhaling, releasing that pose and crossing the legs or just placing them in whatever position feels okay for you, and fold forward. Taking a little breather here, having a nice counter pose to that last one that we just did. This nice forward, easy forward fold. Inhaling, coming back up, and then we're going to cross the legs in the other way. So if you had one foot in front of the other last time, then go ahead and switch that, folding forward again. So that just helps to target the other hip. So as you fold forward, you probably felt it more in one hip last time, and now you should feel it in the other hip, depending on how the legs are crossed. Inhaling, coming all the way back up, and take the right leg folded under the left. So the left one here is the one that's on the top with the knee up, and you're going to reach up with the right arm and coming into this twist. Now, if it's too much to bring your elbow to the outside of the knee the way you see mine, just hold your knee with your hand and help use that connection to help twist you around. So you're turning counterclockwise here. You're looking over your left shoulder. If this is really tough to keep your spine nice and straight and tall, straighten your lower leg. That's totally fine to do. Go ahead and release that side and switch your legs, and then go ahead and come into this twist, clockwise twist. The right hand is on the floor behind you. You're looking over your right shoulder, and you're using the connection between your arm and your knee, however you have it, like mine, or just holding the knee to help pull you around into the twist. So big deep breathing into the back. Full deep breaths. Inhale, releasing that twist. Taking your legs out, go ahead and lie down onto your back, taking your knees with you, giving them a gentle squeeze into your chest. Then go ahead, release the knees, place your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, heels right below your knees, arms by your sides, and we're going to inhale, lift the hips up, coming into bridge pose here. So walk your shoulders together underneath you, interlace your fingers, and press your arms down against the floor. Big deep breaths. Make sure you've got equal weight in all four corners of your feet. Keep lifting the heart, keep lifting the hips. exhale, releasing the bridge pose, taking your knees into your chest, gently squeezing. Keeping your right knee now tucked in, and hold it with your left hand. Bring your right arm out on the floor and pull your knee across your body, coming into another twist here. Reclining twist, looking at your right hand, or you can close your eyes and just breathe deep into the back. Keep your extended straight leg nice and active by flexing the foot, flexing your left foot. Breathing deep. Try to keep both shoulders on the floor. Inhale, releasing the pose. We're going to switch to the other side. So take gentle squeeze of both knees in toward the chest. Hold your left knee. Extend your right leg. Left arm on the floor and exhale. Pulling the knee across the body and turning your head to look to the left. Inhale, releasing that twist. Exhale, taking both knees, give them a squeeze in toward the chest. And go ahead and release your legs. We're going to get ready here for final relaxation. Shavasana is the pose we're taking here, corpse pose. And just let the legs be spaced comfortably apart. Let your toes drop to the outside. Let your palms be face up, and go ahead and close your eyes. Just let go of everything here in your body. Let go of all the muscles. Don't have to hold on to anything. Just fully relax and release, letting all of your weight be supported by the floor. Just let the breath be soft and natural. And you can stay here in final relaxation for as long as you'd like. You certainly don't have to jump right up at the end of the video. You can stay there as long as you feel like it and as long as your time allows. Just really allow the arms and the legs to soften and relax. Keep your face soft. Relax your jaw and your tongue. And just enjoy the final pose of yoga. Letting all the good work that you did really just sink into your body and take its effect. You did good work today. Take care of your body. Take care of yourself after you leave the mat. Feed yourself well. Drink lots of water. Get some rest. Have some fun.